It's Batman month here on End Credit Reviews. Well, after the first Tim Burton Batman movie was a success, Warner Brothers decided they wanted to make a Batman cartoon show to cash on the success. One of those people who heard the opportunity was working on Tiny Toon Adventures was Bruce Timm. He quickly animated this and pitched the idea to the producers. He was not just given the status of being a producer, but so was his other colleagues like Paul Dini and Eric Ramsky. Together, they produced Batman, or as later to be called, Batman the Animated Series. What made Batman the Animated Series stand out for its time was that there was no other show like it on TV. Before, cartoon shows looked very basic on a technical scale. However, when this show came along, it was a night and day difference. Not only did the animation quality put most cartoon shows to shame, but it had an orchestra for its soundtrack. Speaking of the sound, the voice acting was that of a professional movie. The voice of Batman, Kevin Conroy, who at the time didn't know much about Batman except that he was a lot like the character Hamlet. This made it easier for him to voice act because he was a Shakespearean actor. Some of the other voice actors include Adrienne Barbeau as Catwoman, Ron Perlman as Clayface, Ryan McDowell as the Mad Hatter, and John Glover as the Riddler. But the one we all remember is Mark Hamill as the Joker. Originally, they were going to go with Tim Curry, but they were blown away by Mark's performance. Aside from the technical stuff, what made this show amazing was that how mature it was. It was a show for kids, but it treated the kids like adults. For a show to do that without any heads exploding or any nudity is actually talented, to say the least. The villains was one of the prime examples. Unlike other Batman villains where they're treated as two-dimensional characters, these felt like characters were human and not all of them were pure evil. Some of them, like Batman, actually had tragic backstories. Like Clayface, who used to be an actor who became deformed.
I'm not an actor anymore. I'm not even a man.
Another was the Mad Hatter, who loves this girl but she doesn't love him, so he uses mind control to control her.
I've waited my whole lonely life for her.
Then all you've waited for is a puppet.
But the most tragic was Mr. Freeze. He was once a normal man trying to save his wife until his boss accidentally turned him into an emotionless being.
Yes, it would move me to tears if I still had tears to shed.
Even the ones who were already villains didn't want to be villains anymore at one point. The Penguin, for example, wished not to be a criminal anymore and had affection for this woman named Veronica. But things went south when it turned out that she was actually playing him for a joke with a protege of hers. Another was Poison Ivy. Despite her hate for humanity, deep down inside she actually wanted a family. That is very sophisticated writing, especially for an animated show for its time. Of course, the character that everyone remembers is Harley Quinn. The idea of her was when the producers thought that the Joker needed a sidekick. It didn't sound too good, but she would become an iconic character that would be relevant outside of the show. In addition, it was pure genius to have her team up with Poison Ivy, making probably the best female duo in comic book history. As the show went on, the animation got better, but the title was changed to The Adventures of Batman and Robin. The reason why was that the studio wanted the show to appeal more towards kids. The show took a break for about a year and then returned in 1987 as Batman The New Adventures. Although it was the same people working on it, it felt like a completely different show. The most drastic change was that of the animation style. The reason why was because of budget restrictions and so it could reflect better on newer cartoon shows such as Superman the Animated Series. Although I do consider it a little inferior to the animated series, it is considered by many, including myself, to be part of the animated series as a whole. We can all agree that the best redesign was the Scarecrow. I still have to see a design like this one to be topped. Besides that, there were some episodes that were actually very emotional, like when Robin quits and punches Batman. Another was Mad Love, showing the origin story of Harley Quinn and showing her abusive relationship with the Joker. But the one that tops it all is Over the Edge, in which Batgirl is killed and Commissioner Gordon tries to kill Batman. The show eventually ended in 1998, but it was amazing to say the least. This is what I consider to be the best incarnation of Batman compared to any other form of media, and most people would agree. I give Batman the Animated Series 5 stars out of 5.
Get out of my face, clown.
Which one?